Alrighty, welcome back to the NBA 2K20 Career Sim. We're heading into episode 14, season number 13, and we have still not seen an NBA title for any of us. 3 straight LeBron James busts, so to speak, although we've certainly had our opportunities. I'm ready to dive in. I want this more than anything because I think my Trailblazers are in a really good spot. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. I don't want to waste any more time. Let's just dive right in. Quick recap before we get started. Ben sitting at 413 overall points. I've got 404. Lavine just 111. Ben took a slight lead over me last year, but I am primed and ready to go. I think this could be the Blazers' year. I don't want to predict a title because Toronto's on the opposite side and that's terrifying, but I think that I'm going to represent the West. All right, starting lineup looks like this, and it should look really familiar. DJ Stewart, Josiah James, myself, Amontides, Evan Mobley. It's a lethal starting 5 as far as I'm concerned. We picked up Cam Reddish, 86 overall. That really gives us another nice, solid wing to work with. Roy Stevens, backup shooting guard, should probably start at shooting guard. We still have Cortez. I mean, that's an 8-man rotation. That's got to be as good as anybody else in the league. As you can see, we already started off 4-0. 4 big wins, I might add. I love this Portland team. I think we're in great shape, barring any scary injuries. Also, I think it's crazy we still have Zach Collins. For the Spurs, this should look also pretty familiar. Calbert Anderson, Orlando Gonzalez, Ben Rasa. Mark Lloyd just got paid 3-1 to start the year for the Spurs too. That's fun. Mitchell Robinson, 86. He's still solid, just slowly getting older. Monty Park, 85 overall. I'm pretty sure that's a 1-year deal. Yes, it is. Willis Payne's still there. Julian Hughes, 80 overall. Decent backup center. Cecil Wallace just never panned out. It's kind of unfortunate. Spurs are going to be good. I'm guessing probably like a 5-6 seed. Finally, we got the Jazz. Colin Longley at point guard. Signed the 1-year deal for the minimum. Man, these contracts are really broken. He was the number 1 overall pick in 2027, 90 overall. Where was he last year? He was in Orlando last year. That's a great signing. Colin Sexton moves to the 2, 85 overall. Laffy 99. Then it's Barry Mullins and Duan Hernandez, 2 absolute sinkholes. The Jazz are 3-2. Christian Graves, we already have a point guard, but 84 overall. Bob Armstrong, 84 overall. Horace Gordon, 82. Damian Kent, 82. We have Justice Winslow. Kurt Geiger, former top overall draft pick. Maybe the cupboard isn't as bare as it seems for the Jazz, but boy, oh boy, do they need a big man. They should really move Laffy to the 4. First month in the books. Surprise, surprise. Ryan Bosch, player of the month in the East. Ben Raza, player of the month in the West. Standings to start the season. Warriors and Pelicans off to a hell of a start. I'm 12-4. Ben's 12-5. Laffy 7-12. That could have actually been a lot worse. Time for all-star selections. Team Ryan, Team Ben. Oh, that hurts. I don't like not being the captain. Ben Raza and Ryan Bosch, 2 captains for the All-Star game. Laffy gets taken first by Ben. Ryan Bosch takes me first, and I'm a 12-time All-Star. Congrats to Cliff Hollins and Colin Longley. Yes, Colin Longley, NBA All-Star for the first time. Point guard for the Utah Jazz. Also, congrats to Zaire Williams, Wesley Black, and Russ Hickman also get there for their first time. Ben gets the captain bonus. Since we're at the All-Star break, let's take a look at the standings. Spurs 35-14, Blazers 31-18, Jazz 24-26. I mean, there's a pretty good chance we all make the playoffs, but I did not expect the Spurs to be better than me right now. Ben tied for the league lead in scoring, 30.9 a game. I am hot on his heels, 30.1. And unfortunately, Ben has re-upped 5 years, $240 million. I have re-upped 5 years, $240 million. Where's Laffy hiding? Laffy still on the 1-year deal, $55 million. He's going to end up leaving Utah just as they acquire like 600 good players. Good players? 600 good players, and then it's going to be useless. I cannot wait. Ben and I are in the top 5 for MVP. Good luck taking it away from 29-17-6 from Ryan Bosch. This dude is incredible. Jazz started off the season in December trading Duan Hernandez for Jarrett Culver. Wow. Celtics traded Jason Tatum finally in 2033 for Cole Anthony. Spurs trade Isaac Elliott and Tonis Giannou for Ben's boy, Gary Trent Jr. and a second-round pick. Spurs also trade Terrence Woods for Clifton Brooks. This one makes me kind of sad. The Trailblazers shipped out Orlando Cortez, favorite of mine, and Ivica Zubac for Harvey Jeffries and John Collins. And that happened on the deadline. Oh no. This is why the season hasn't been going as well. On a 5-year, $180 million deal, Amontides dislocated left patella tendon, going to be out 8 to 10 weeks. Heartbreaking. Roy Stevens, torn MCL, out 1 to 2 months. Injuries, not great. 2 weeks to go in the regular season. The San Antonio Spurs are at the top of the playoff picture, a half game ahead of the Clips, number 1 seed. Blazers sitting in the 4 seed, could get to the 3, could fall to the 5. I want a part of San Antonio, so put me wherever I need to be there. But a 4-5 matchup against the Kings is, oh man, I'm not ready for it. Meanwhile, the Utah Jazz, Dave Loughran is in the playoffs right now. 2 games ahead of the Rockets. No chance of catching the 7 seed Dallas Mavericks. So right now, we are staring Spurs Jazz 1-8 matchup in the face. Gonna be incredible if it happens. Come on, man. Ben Raza, MVP of the season, 32, 7 and 5, 3 stocks, 45% from 3. Number 1 seed, I believe, in the NBA playoffs, or at least the number 2. Kudos to Ben. Beats out Ryan Bosch. Must feel good. Pasike Sida, 21, 4 and 4, rookie of the year. No surprise there. Number 1 pick in the draft. We knew he was going to be incredible. This is the guy that we thought Laffy could get to, but number 1 pick out of Hungary finally made it over, and he had a absolutely ridiculous rookie season. 92 overall. He is going to be the best player in the league at some point in time. J.R. Spencer, 6th man of the year. Ryan Bosch, defensive player of the year. Not that I'm surprised, but hey, better than Ben. Sheldon Nichols, most improved. 5 points, 9 assists. You don't see that every day. Barney Rowe, coach of the year. All right, Ben and I both show up in first team All-NBA. Laffy does not make second team. He does make third team. If the Jazz made the playoffs, and it's possible they didn't because they lost, I believe, their last 7 games, might be because Laffy's out with right knee tendonitis. Ben and I, first team All-Defense. Laffy shows up on the second team. Senso Avante, all-rookie first team for the Jazz with a crisp, he averaged 8.5 and 9 boards. Good rookie year for the 5th overall pick. Didn't expect him to ever be any good. And the Utah Jazz sneak their way into the playoffs, into the 8th seed. Portland, Sacramento, first round 4-5 matchup. Ben falls to the 2 seed, but gets a date with Luka and the Mavs. This is just treacherous. Raptors are the 6th seed. What is happening in the NBA right now? We all made the playoffs. Who would have seen that one coming? I know I didn't. Wow. So the Jazz lost 6 straight to finish the season, but tied the Rockets and got in on the tiebreaker. Way to go, Laffy. Laffy, by the way, probably not involved in the first round of the playoffs, but we'll see. Ben leads the league in scoring, 32.1 a game. Beats me out by quite a few. Yuck. Portland starts off 2-0, 1-1 for Utah, 2-0 for the Spurs. 3-1 Portland, 2-1 Utah trails, Spurs up 3-0. Jazz down 3-1, Blazers lead 3-1, Spurs lead 3-1. Oh! The Portland Trail Blazers finally exact revenge on the Sacramento Kings, driving them from the playoffs in 5 games. Evan Mobley, 27-7. Engleman, 25-7-5. Never a shot. Portland Trail Blazers just stomping them out. San Antonio Spurs take out the Dallas Mavericks behind Ben's 34-8-8 in Game 5. Plus 34 for the game. Never a doubt for Ben. Unfortunately, the Utah Jazz are going home in the first round. Laffy did make it back, dropped 35-9-4 in the elimination game, but it wasn't enough. There's just not enough firepower on that Utah team. Although that Laffy, Longley, Sexton trio could be good. They're a big man away. They're a big man away. Raptors win in game 7. So Spurs get the Warriors, and I've got a date with the 1-seeded Los Angeles Clippers. 3-1 Clippers, 3-1 Warriors, 3-1 Pistons as well, but not a great start. Both of us are down 3-2. That'll do it for Ben and the Spurs. 27-point beating in game 6. Ben drops 26, 8, and 5, but just not enough. Warriors move on, upset the San Antonio Spurs. Can I stay alive? We're going to game 7. Blazers in a blowout by 30. Engleman with 26, 6, and 5, getting it done. And we're going to game 7, but it's in LA. Ugh. What a choke job. Up 11 after the first quarter. Give it all back going into the third quarter, or heading into the fourth, and then just get absolutely decimated. LA Clippers protect their floor, knock out the Blazers. Unbelievable. Engleman finishes with 21, 10, and 5. Just not a great day. Mobley was terrible. Stevens terrible. Cam Reddish terrible. Unbelievable. This didn't go well here. 35 for Bryce Thompson. Sad, man. Sad. LA Clippers hold on. Number 1 seed straight through the playoffs. NBA champions. Kudos to Kurt Sheldon. Finals MVP with stats that are really just not that interesting. That's the end of the career for Giannis Antetokounmpo and Nikola Jokic. I didn't really realize that those guys were the same age, but I guess it makes sense. Giannis goes out as an 85 overall. Any other big names? Not really. JB Bickerstaff retires with no one being Giannis and Nikola Jokic both make the Hall of Fame. Giannis and Nikola Jokic both get their jersey retired. Jokic and Giannis both stayed with the Nuggets and Bucks the entire time, as did Pascal Siakam. League meetings all rejected. They rejected automatic points on free throws, so you would no longer shoot free throws after a foul. You just get the points. I'm going to reject that one, but I would do 1 for 2 type stuff. The bonus, no. This one I might just do. Top 12 picks are done through the lotto. Remaining picks are determined by team record. I think a lottery for the top 12 would be really fun. Should do that. I'm not going to, but I should. None of us are in the lottery. Congrats to the Lakers. Blazers take 71 overall point guard Brett Hughes, a 23-year-old point guard out of Duke with the ceiling of Raymond Felton. That disgusts me in so many different ways. No first-round picks for the Spurs or the Jazz. Free agency is come and gone. Zach Lavine to the Jazz. Don't think that's all that important any longer. Zach Lavine is currently a 72 overall, so that is simply bench filler. But not that interesting of an offseason. They gave 2 years, $16 million to Jonah Bolden, but the rest is 1-year deals. Nothing crazy for the Jazz. They needed to do some damage. Spurs give Lonnie Chandler 3 years and $43 million. They give Willis Payne 4 and $74. Nothing too crazy here. 2 for Stephon Dunleavy, 2 years, $14 million. Ultimately, another quiet year for the Spurs, although they were the number 2 seed, so there's only so much you can do. Blazers do literally nothing. 2 individual 1-year deals. So we head to player progression, where Laffy is down a point. No longer a 99, just a 98. He re-upped for 1 year? He opted in on his contract. Interesting. Accepted his player option. So he's on a 1-year deal. Colin Sexton, 84. Christian Graves, 84. Horace Gordon, 83. Kurt Geiger jumped up 2 to 78, but that's still not good. This is a team devoid of talent. I'm expecting the Jazz to fall back off again next year. Spurs and Ben. Ben still a 99. Up 1 for Mark Lloyd, 87. Down 1 for Mitchell Robinson, as expected, 85. 35 years old. Calbert Anderson jumps 2. That's a really big one to get a point guard to move up for Laffy. Not for Laffy, for Ben. Willis Payne, 81. Julian Hughes, 80. Gary Trent Jr., 80 overall. It's a solid team. Spurs are going to be right in the mix again next year. Finally, my Blazers. 99 overall for myself. Evan Mobley goes down 2. That scares the hell out of me at 31. Don't like it at all. Also, final year of his deal. Josiah James went up 1 to 84. Roy Stevens down 2 to 83. But the one that hurts me the most, Amontides drops 4. He was shaping up to be a lockdown number 2. Now he's the 5th best player on the team. That injury really zapped his strength. Harvey Jeffries an 82, DJ Stewart 81. We're still deep, but Amentidi's falling off. That really stings. I thought I had a big 3 of Mobley, Amentidis, and myself, but now it's like a big 1 3/4. I'm not happy. Oh, and there we have it. Season 13 in the books, and Ben goes bonkers. 62 points. I mean, I barely beat Laffy, 28-17. Ben gets 25 for the MVP. He starts the All-Star game, which is massive. I can't even make up any ground because he's a first-team All-NBAer and first-team defense. He made the playoffs. He won the points per game battle. Oh, heartbreaking. 31 additional points from the MVP in the captain spot. Makes it so difficult to gain ground. So kudos to Ben. Massive season for the 2-seeded Spurs. Ultimately, none of us make the finals once again. It's heartbreaking. Will Laffy leave after this year? That is the big question. Will we all make the playoffs? I'm not expecting it. But for right now, Season 3 and this entire contest belongs to Ben. Oh, taking a look at the full scoring through 13 years, Ben takes a much bigger lead after this season. He's got 475. I've got 432. Laffy 128. Man, so Ben now leads by 43. That's a big one, but if I can put up another MVP caliber season, I'll be feeling pretty damn good. I've got a lot more to carry for Portland now, so I'm hoping that gives me a little bit of more individual accolades. That'll do it for episode 14. We'll be back for one more this week tomorrow, but be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Season number 14 is coming. I need to put the pedal to the metal before Ben takes this one fully over. Thank you for joining me. It's a sad one again, but I'll take what I can get. We'll see you tomorrow.